at a coup to take over the crown. The attempt was thwarted, and many, but not all, of the conspirators were captured. A few, however, did get away, and one managed to find his way all the way to Kalte in the frozen north, and is rumored to be hidden in Ikaya, the ice fortress. Since he's on the ass end of nowhere, you've all decided that despite the fact that you're just starting out at this whole adventuring business, you might be able to get to him before anybody else does and claim the 5,000 silver piece bounty. So you've managed to get to the port city of Luke and are now trying to find... What the hell is the guy's name? I wrote it down somewhere.
Man, that's a weird name.
Bolatar the Coward before anyone else gets the money. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
I guess I can start slightly. This is Ruzalka Ryback. She is a water ganassi who will be very fucking cold around this frozen wasteland. But she is a cleric of Deep Seychelles, the elven ocean god. Just basic water ganassi appearance, the seafoam green skin, green hair, looks generally very wet most of the time, has like beads of water on her face most of the time. The shoulder lines, tends to wear a headband with some shells from her homeland, and chainmail, kind of weird dress-like thing over it, but is wearing a lot of layers up here. Very kind of go with the flow, except for when outside in the dark, frozen temperatures. Not enjoying it very much. Guess it's me.
Alright. Furbolg Paladin. Furbolgs don't really have names, but he goes by Valent, so people can actually talk to him. Yeah, I haven't really fleshed out a personality or anything yet. I'm sure that will come shortly as we play.
I guess my turn. Just basically wood elf, rogue, and decently dressed, nothing too fancy. As far as personality, I'm working on that, but I have a general idea. See how it kind of comes out.
As with most things. It's all a work in progress until we get to get used to them.
Alright then. Well, the first issue is you're all the way down here in Luke, and he's supposed to be all the way up there in Ikaya. So, you can basically choose to try and do the fast route, where you cross the Luke ice shelf, and then up the Viad Glacier. You'll be able to travel faster. The issue is, right now it's the summertime, so the ice shelf might be strong enough to hold you up. But then again, it might not be. The other, at least more land-stable route would be to cut directly across and over and through the Viad Mountains, or possibly the Storm Giant Pass. Obviously, then you're climbing over mountains and are more likely to run into peoples. What do you do?
Well, that's interesting. It's summertime, so like, what are the general temperatures around here?
In the day, it gets warm enough, 60s.
Oh, good.
Fahrenheit.
Okay, so it's less.
At night, it probably won't freeze. So you're in the very, very short growing season.
In the summer, do any like ships try to go through the ice shelf to like break through to get to places?
There's really not many places other than Luke itself to get to. Once in a while, somebody will try and punch through and find some interesting mining opportunities. But most people just get their their tradable goods to Luke and call it a day. In the winter, Luke itself is completely covered anyway.
Okay. I mean, Rizalka's perfectly fine falling in the water, but that's more an issue for the other two, I assume.
Yeah. As a part giant, I feel like the ice is not gonna hold.
Fair enough. Guess around it is.
All right.
You know about how long it takes to get around to any more civilization past the shelf?
Well, there's not a lot beyond some small villages up there. Most of the locals are dwarves. And the ones that are up there are just farmers and raiders and barbarians of assorted types. They might be friendly, but then again, they might not.
Of course. I'm just pondering how much, like, in the way of rations and supplies to get at Luke before we go forward.
Once you get up to the mountains, it's going to be snowy enough that foraging is going to be hard.
About how many days is it to the mountains?
If you're taking that route, should be a week and a half.
Okay, so just need to make sure we have enough supplies for that.
Oh, I actually
more?
took the Outlander background so I can forage.
At least up
Yeah,
until...
that'll get you the first half of the way.
Okay, but we still need enough
up to the
supplies
broad
for
range
after
of
it.
the giant pass. And then once you're in the ice fortress, obviously foraging is not going to work.
Yeah.
Volatar is known to be a necromancer, though not like a crazy badass one. He probably doesn't have an army of zombies.
Great.
Like a platoon, tops.
Oh, the music changed. I was like, everything got really quiet for a second. Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Alright, so setting off across the basin then.
Alrighty. Let's see what you run into first. Following a frozen stream, figuring it's the easiest way to keep yourselves from getting lost. You can all place yourselves near the stream on the map.
keep forgetting how to do that when my character sheet is popped out. Wait,
You
wait.
just open up the journal tab and then just drag your character on the page.
Hooray, thank you. Except now, oh wait, okay. Got it! I know D&D, I know Roll20, I've done this. Alright.
That's temporary. I'm gonna get a real one.
I see your lovely faces.
Okay. Can y'all do me a favor and roll perception, please?
Yes.
Not well. Man, +7?
That's what I'm here for.
Expertise is fun.
Well, as alert as you all are, you are unfortunately going to not quite see these guys come.
Damn, they're good. Are they giants? They're obviously frost giants. Ninjas. Always frost giant ninjas.
Jump right into it.
I also really need to turn down the music thing because it's way too high. There we go.
I missed my +12 to initiative.
I bet.
Oh shit.
Nice.
That is nice.
You must be swift as the coursing river. Yeah, fuck 'em.
Except they rolled a 24 to stealth, so you actually don't see them coming.
God damn it.
However, you randomly place yourself at the bottom of the map, so that might help you out. That was both dash actions for them, so top of round 2. Rusalka?
Rusalka. Also, hold on for just a second. Louis Boo, oh my god, thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you, heart. Okay, back to the... I got a donation. Like, oh my god, that's my very first anything.
Nice.
Sorry.
Nice.
So I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. Okay, back. What am I doing?
Well, 2 wolves just ran out of the woods and are bearing down on your buddy there.
Great! So, she's gonna run up with her spear / harpoon and stab it.
They're snappy puppies.
Or not.
And unfortunately, a 10 will not hit.
She's still kind of rigid and it's still colder than she's used to up here, so just go like that.
I accidentally removed myself from the order.
Looks like you're still there.
I just re-added myself.
Ah.
There we go. And it looks like you are up. That does hit. Which one were you attacking?
2.
Okay, that is a hit. And with a howl of pain, you poke it in the butt. Pretty badly, too. It's good and hurt. In fact, it's bloody.
Way up the butt.
Anything else?
I think that should apply to this, right?
Yeah.
There's an enemy of the wolf within 5 feet.
So then, yes, that would be all.
All right, it's not quite enough to take him out in one go, though. Valente.
Alright, I'll go for the wounded one.
Hit. 'Tis enough.
Alright, and that is it for me.
Okay, wolf 1 is still going to try and bite you.
That will miss.
14 will not hit. All right. And then it will, having failed at that, it will try to run away. Provoking attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. Run away. Ugh.
Well, technically it's here if any of you want to... If one of you wants to try and stop it from running away.
Who would be so cruel?
Which one of you would be so cruel? Surprise!
I mean, it came at us first. Just saying.
Yeah.
It did.
It's probably just hungry.
Well, aren't we too?
Are you gonna eat that wolf?
I bet they're delicious. Oh! Yeah,
Yes.
totally gonna eat it.
Well,
Yeah.
then that's okay.
I mean, that would help us extend our supplies, right? So,
It's fair.
I mean, I'll try it. I'll try anything once. Like poking at it a little bit with a harpoon, this one.
It appears to be a normal wolf.
Okay. So.
A rather lean one, but other than that.
Oh, so it was really hungry. Huh. You'd think in the summer they'd be able to find more food. Well, hopefully random assorted denizens of the forest won't be rushing at us in subsequent order.
No.
Have I mentioned that I'm a really good precog? Well, you're gonna grab meat from it? Otherwise, we should
Yes.
probably just get going. Okay, I'll let you do that. I'm gonna check out
You are
this.
successfully able to get some meat.
Just gonna poke along the stream here. I'm just much better at fish.
Miss Streaming? There's fish.
Hmm?
There's fish.
Oh. Hey, she's... Actually, I was a fishmonger and a fisherman, so... I could probably get us a decent amount of fish while we're here, too, but... Wolf will do.
I totally want to see you harpoon a fish.
I can try. I'm not quite used to
Go
doing
for
it in slightly frozen water. How would I go about that? Just like an attack against a fish in the water?
Yeah, just look up the AC of fish.
Take that fish.
There is.
Quote of the day. What is the AC of fish?
Doesn't it depend on the type of fish?
It does depend on the type of fish, so the first one I thought of.
It seems
These
like
are
a
little,
salmon's
like,
one.
river bass.
Oh,
trout.
okay. It's all about that bass.
Yeah.
It would be an attack roll to spear a fish. That successfully spears you a fish.
Alright. It'd be like boom and then hold up the thing like, haha! Still got it. Just go over and add it to the pile with wolf meat.
Alright, you have 6 more days worth of food in the form of cold
Nice.
meat.
I'll be better later. Guess it's probably good that we're in the cold north. I'll at least keep it fresher for a little longer.
Normally the case.
Onward then.
Unless there's something else you want to do.
Besides keep a better eye out for wolves running at us, not too much. Wolves or frost giants, obviously, because they're ninjas. Or so I've heard.
They do have a reputation. Okay, well,
Zalka's
you're
gonna
able
walk
to...
along this, though. Walk along the stream.
Yep. You're able to follow the stream a little bit further north. So actually towards the north end of the Hrod Basin. When you're coming upon... After a couple of more days, it starts getting snow-covered everywhere. Foraging is becoming harder. You're kind of not surprised to see as many animals, although the trees do still grow. But after a couple more days, you come upon a band of the local dwarves. They appear to be fishing.
Oh, hey, my kind of people. Hello.
Oh, who goes there? One of them is clearly taking charge.
Sorry, just travelers passing through. How are the fish?
Travel? Where would you travel here? He seems suspicious.
Wait, do we know what kind of, is the person we're looking for a dwarf or a human or...
He's a human,
Okay.
but the locals are pretty much all dwarves.
We're actually looking for a fugitive. Up in the, fortress.
Fortress? Fortress froze over decades ago. One of the elements piped up. I heard someone was there. You shut up.
See, that person. So we're just traveling through to get there.
Traveling through and eating our fish, I bet. He seems more suspicious.
Not really. We found a wolf. Plus we brought rations.
Wolf?
Do you not get wolves up here?
It's uncommon.
Perhaps
They look it
we're
up
just
at-
lucky.
What is the name of this fugitive you seek?
Crap, what was his name?
Olatar.
Olatar? I'm gonna start writing some. Bolatar, okay. They called him Bolatar the Coward.
Heh. No coward would go to the ice fortress. Alright. But if you want to, fine. You'll just have to pay the toll.
Oh well. And what would be the toll?
He carefully counts up the three of you. And with a nod, 150 pieces of silver. Smile showing bad teeth.
Sako will just kind of arch brow at that, look between the others, like, do you have that kind of money?
Let me offer a counter offer. How about a hug?
I mean, I could probably help you with that much in fish.
It's a lot of fish, Missy.
I like to think I'm pretty good at it. Just kind of point over and shape water at the water and bring up some. seeing if she can catch a fish in one and like a little, in the middle of a glob of water and just lift it up into the air. I don't know if any of that went through.
One of them is clearly watching you attempt to stealth.
So my best tree impression is just failing today.
Yeah, no, they're not convinced by your thespian ability.
How close are we to them?
Um,
We
I
should
mean,
probably count
talking
tokens
distance.
again, aren't we? Shouldn't we? Token. Whoa.
Talking distance.
Like... no fireballs. Not this... Whoa. Oops.
Oh my god.
Fuck! I am now the frost giant!
I didn't use the grid because I didn't feel like dealing with trying to make the grids line up.
Oh, sorry. I have the power! Okay, I can see it better.
And which is the one that's been talking to us? Okay. Okay.
Center my think of it. Zaka's just trying to show off that she can catch a lot of fish by using shape water and trying to lift one out of the water, lift one up into the air with inside some water.
He looks at it. That's a fish, all right. But I said 150. And that one's not even worth the silver.
So 150 fish is what you want?
No,
I can do
100.
that.
So, you don't want my counter offer?
No.
Sad.
Well, that's gonna be awkward. Because we were trying to get the bounty off of the coward guy. Probably have more then.
Well, that's that. That assumes you find them, and get your money, and come back. And why would you do all that?
What if we were to offer you 50 silver today?
For a hamburger today, I shall certainly pay you.
He considers this roll persuasion or something.
Wait, I have an even better offer. What if I were to give you 2 hugs?
And call. I can throw in on the hugs, but I think that's a good offer to go along with Adfears.
How do I know you'll come back with the rest of the money?
Rest of what money?
50 silver today. And the rest later. How do I know you're coming back?
I was just offering 50 silver today.
Ah. It's a little low, but I'm a reasonable man. 120.
Can we cross this river with normal movement, or?
I'm gonna say fish people can. For everyone else, including dwarves, it's difficult terrain.
I'm a fish person, but
Which way are we trying to go exactly?
yeah, we're trying to
Upriver.
Up, yeah, up the river. I mean, they're
So
on
where are
that
we
side.
talking to them at all?
Yeah, really.
I say we just keep going.
I mean, aren't we supposed to go that way?
Yeah,
Hmm.
generally.
Well, if they want to do it. Well,
Where are you going?
guess we're just going this way.
Haven't paid the toll yet.
Oh, I have to use
I
the
assumed it was the toll for crossing
little
the
boy's
stream.
bush. Have a nice day.
Oi, get
He
back
needs
here!
company. He needs company, or else he can never pee. Bye.
It's true.
Just go there.
I don't like being alone.
Roll athletics for me. To see if you get away.
Everyone?
Everyone.
You do acrobatics instead?
Athletics, but it won't matter. You 2 out of 3 made it.
I was gonna say, I can just pick up Adfear and carry him.
That's true.
We'll go with that then. A couple of spears are tossed after you, but they do not actively pursue.
You know, I normally like talking to people, and that worked well for a while, but they're really, persistent, aren't they?
Seems like it. Strange people, though. Who doesn't want hugs?
Sokka just gives a shrug. No idea. I think it might be a dwarf thing.
I don't think they equate money to hugs, though.
Their loss.
Now, had you offered the hug on top of the money, they'd probably been all for it.
That's what I was thinking.
After a little while more traveling, you're able to make it up to the top of the river, and are now starting to work your way through the Storm Giant Pass.
Is it so named because there are storm giants?
I was about to ask, like, is there a
Coincidence.
reason they call it this?
You're not entirely sure on that one. There's some people, you've also heard it's really supposed to be the Giant Storm Pass, which would be, you know, also bad, but not
Yeah.
as bad.
Depends on whether the giants or the storms are there at any given time.
Well, if it is storm giants, it's cool. I'm like their little brother. It'll be fine.
Is that how that works? I didn't even know.
It's probably not how it works.
Oh.
Place yourselves over here.
Oh, okay. I need more I need a smaller screen, because this is a big map.
Where are we placing ourselves?
Down the bottom left.
Where you are.
Cool.
Despite the general high winds of the pass that you were walking into, it hasn't been too tough to navigate. I mean, there's giant mountains on either side to keep you from going off the road. But speaking of, along a frozen stream, you see 4 skeletons walking down the road.
This sounds like the start of either a really good or a really bad joke.
Should we follow them and see if they go into a bar then?
Oh, that would be great. I could really use a drink right now. But we should probably destroy them.
Yeah, they notice you, and they will not be negotiating.
That's great. I didn't want to give them silver either.
Or do we want to give them silver? In the face.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Well, my weapon's not silvered yet, so...
Yeah, that'd be
Oh.
really cool, though. A silver harpoon.
Okay. The first skeleton shuffles up to Valente. What'd you do? Bad fear.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, get a mad fear.
Nice.
I knew you could do it.
Sneak attack crits too, by the way.
Yeah,
Not that I think you need it at this point.
really didn't.
You mean that would add the same like crit damage to it?
You get another sneak attack, essentially.
Oh,
There's another D6 damage in there.
Yeah. If we were a higher level, you would just double all of your sneak attack dice. But yeah, it's just like a paladin with smite.
Well, he collapses. Move him out of the way.
That was awesome.
And the second one moves up to harass. Valente.
Alright, let's just hit the one in front of me.
Oh fuck, I feel like I'm gonna get a nat 1 on this now.
Man, that is some terrible damage
God
rolls, though.
damn.
What kind of weapon are you using? A halberd.
Halberd.
See, stop using advantage. I could have had that 25.
You
Yeah.
do give him a resounding whack, but you don't manage to drop them all in one go.
Okay. And then I'll just step around to the other side of him.
Very well. Another one shuffles on up and tries to stab you. Does a 7 hit? I'm thinking no, but I want to double check. Nevertheless, fourth one. Same plan. If it has a plan. Same 7. Interesting. Well, they were monumentally effective.
Man, this RNG, huh?
Right?
Salka.
Alright. She's gonna pull out a mace, walk up to this one, and try to crack it like a blue crab.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Not quite. How many scraps of armor are enough to prevent your mace from destroying it all in one go?
All yours, Zephyr.
Oh, he goes. Oh no, he's. You're up. Just makes it. Enough to drop him.
Yeah, good teamwork.
Yeah, you distracted him.
Right?
Well, that one's also gone, so Valente.
Alright. I guess I'll hit number 4.
Okay. Is it? He is hurt.
Yep, and that's all I can do.
Alright, well, they're going to keep up attacking Valente. Guessing that does hit
That will hit, yeah.
for 3 points of damage.
Alright.
And number 4, following up with the same. Unable to connect. Rusalka.
Okay, let's try this again. Mace to the face. I'm a way better fisherwoman.
Despite your best efforts, the mace just not really your weapon.
Mm-mm. Distraction!
Add fear.
Yay for destruction!
Enough to take that one out. Valente
I'm assuming that misses.
does miss.
Okay.
Not going to change targets though.
It's fine.
Not that it matters. One left.
Alright. One more time. Third time's the charm.
Does it?
Yeah! Okay, crap, why isn't it... How do I show my damage for that? Oh, there we go.
On the word mace. 7 damage, but that double.
That...
No, there's another attack roll.
Sorry. Darn it! Oh, right.
Click on mace in the actual
Oh, got
text.
it.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
hey! It's the exact same anyway.
Which doubles to just enough. Smash.
Crack it open like a crab.
Apparently crushing their skulls is highly effective.
Go, Mace, I choose you! Yeah, high five! So does finding Bone Thugs in Harmony here mean we're getting closer?
It's definitely not a naturally occurring piece of wildlife.
I would definitely hope so.
But you're starting to get to the high passes. On the way.
She's just gonna sacred flame the bones as they're going by, just making sure.
Given the reaction and the light, you're able to determine they were definitely raised by a necromancer.
Yeah, makes sense. We're getting closer, I think. Unless
As
they're,
opposed to the randomly occurring skeletons that sometimes show up.
just random. So unless there are a shit ton of necromancers around here, I think we're okay.
You've only heard rumors of the one.
Always a plus. Onward. So I'll keep along the stream. How
Sounds
cold
like a
is it
plan.
up here?
It's pretty darn cold. And keeping along the stream is going to get tougher.
Yeah, bundling the fuck up because she's got little icicles hanging off of her face at this point. Swatting them off. Oh, is that a cow?
Not quite.
Damn it.
Down there.
Ha ha ha! Giants are we. Aw.
We shall crush things.
I crush everything and I crush everything.
So how do you pre-size it to where it's not, it's ginormous?
If I leave the grid on, the Roll20 grid on, it'll automatically snap to one grid square. If I take the grid off, it'll just come in at whatever size it comes in at. The problem is if I also have the grid on and the Roll20 grid, there'll be two grids.
Right, it looked like Gulliver's was much smaller.
It's a
because,
smaller image.
Smaller. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not quite a cow, it is in fact a giant goat.
Even cuter.
Even tastier.
Oh, you're
It's chewing
right.
its cud.
Yeah, I'm sure that's tasty too. Again, anything once.
So does it have any markings on it, or does it look like it's just a wild goat?
From this angle and this range, it looks like a wild goat.
I'd like to sneak closer and see if I can see any kind of markings on it, or if it still looks wild.
Okay. Roll perception.
Also, I completely forgot about this for the wolves, but I can talk to beasts, sort of.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
You can make yourself understood to them,
Yes.
but you can't necessarily understand what they're saying.
I can fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm correct is a different question.
Well, Adford, you cannot see any kind of brands or marking. They're not even wearing a bell. Near as you can tell, no one has claimed this giant goat.
you can just
It's
claim
looking at
giant goats?
Yeah, close enough. It is definitely staring at you guys in a disconcerting manner. What if you have nature?
Nope.
Nope.
Animal handling? Survival?
I can
Nope.
do survival.
Try that then.
I roll consistently.
You do.
Yeah.
It does not seem to like you guys.
That makes
It's coming right
sense.
for us.
It's because it hasn't talked to me yet.
There, see
I'll
there.
walk out.
Go talk to him.
Hello.
Ah, maybe it's a her. I'm not judging. I'm terrible.
How are you?
And snorts at you.
One of those days, huh? We're just passing through.
It lowers its head a bit.
I will also nod my head at it. Yes, hello. I give you respect.
Paws at the ground.
Is that a good sign?
It's, just its way of greeting people. Will you, please let us pass? We are, looking to fight the skeletons who have been harassing the area. You might have run into them.
It snorts, but it stops pawing the ground.
Ah, yes, they are rather dastardly fiends, are they not? No matter, we shall take care of them.
Tell me about the 4 we already killed. I bet I like it.
Ah, yes, we have already broken 4 of them.
Roll persuasion or another skill.
And I do get advantage with that.
You do.
Not that my
It's
rolls
just-
are very good.
It's good that you did get advantage with that, though.
Yeah,
Always good.
6 would not have been good.
It steps to the side a bit. Up onto the snow. It's still glaring at you, though.
Continue on past it.
Carefully follow behind. Staying on the far side.
It eyeballs you with its square eyes.
I'm betting it won't let me hug it. Oh well. Have a good evening, goat.
It's nice to meet you. Yay, not slammed.
Not slammed.
No slamming and welcome to the jamming. I didn't realize you were the goat whisperer. That was so awesome.
You're able to get through the high part of the pass and are on the way down.
I'm gonna say, who else is gonna be pissed off at us? Bring them on. We will try to hug them to death.
Unfortunately, the way down is even craggier. And as you're climbing, you hear a loud rumble from above. What do?
Look up.
Rocks are coming.
Run!
One.
Is there any cover nearby, like a overhang or anything?
Yes.
We'll grab both Adfear and Rusalka and run towards it.
Whoa!
Make
Athletics.
Yeah.
I continue to roll consistently.
Yeah. Before they know what's happening, you get them in the overhang as the rock slides, the rock and ice and snow pours down, completely covering the track. You were all unharmed and in your little shelter, but where once was a path is now a pile of loose rocks and snow.
This is a problem.
Yeah, but good save there.
Oh, I guess I'll put them down.
She kind of frowns. That was cool. Sorry, I'm not an Earth Ganassi. Well, that would have been really awkward to come up in the water. Should we start digging? Or see if there's anything in the back of this little area we're under? Any other way out?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything to the side, or are we completely caved in?
Roll a... You can definitely get out and onto what's left of the path. So you're not stuck in that sense. But the path itself has suddenly become a lot more dangerous. Unless you can find a way to navigate that. But roll... You should just roll a deep percentile. Somebody. There is a narrow fissure in the
I'm
cat.
a narrow fissure. Wait.
Fissure.
Fissure.
Yeah.
A tiny crack. You could probably squeeze through. Volente would have an issue with the squeezing now. It would be very tight.
Very tight, not doable, or very
Does
tight
anyone
yet
have any
doable?
grease that we can put on Volente?
Very tight as in if you roll badly, it becomes not doable.
Well, Valente, you want to try going first?
Sure. What am I rolling for this?
Acrobatics would be the default.
This ain't gonna go well. Could have been worse.
No. I'll let that slide. I'm gonna give you disadvantage, but 13's enough to wiggle yourself through.
Rizaka's like,
follow?
holy shit, he's like a cat, can fit through things way smaller.
The other two follow?
Yep.
Yep.
Anything to get out of the frozen tundra.
Well, you're out of the tundra,
Oh fuck.
but not so much the frozen. You're now in an icy cavern. Quite open. Slow climbing, but you take your time. And after a couple of hours, a cackling voice.
That's never good.
Nope.
A devilish-looking creature is sitting on a high ledge, watching you stumble through the dark, and just laughing at you.
Oh yeah, if it's dark in here, she's casting a light on her harpoon.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't see shit otherwise.
Forgot to ask what you guys were doing for light, but I assumed one of you would have a light source.
Wow, why is it so bright?
Yeah, that was
You
kind
can
of
rest
adorable.
here. You can rest here. I won't eat you in your sleep.
But will we ever wake up from that rest?
You're like, that doesn't sound comforting.
All souls wake up eventually.
We're just gonna... It points towards the exit, we'll just head that way.
Oh, to the left. Points to a cave. That looks no different from any other cave upon first examination.
My insight that
I was about to say.
Roll.
On the left, you said.
Motherfucker!
wow, this guy's here to help us. We gotta trust him.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty trustworthy fellow.
Okay, let's do this, Leroy Jenkins!
To the left.
What is Leroy Jenkins?
He's
Yeah, he
epic,
seems trustworthy enough, even after.
like, epic paladin I heard about once.
Great hero of epic proportions.
Oh, you've heard about him too! Sweet.
Yeah, he's my role model.
Nice.
So you go down the left cavern?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It slopes down a little bit. Still a somewhat icy floor. And eventually narrows down to a dead end. You hear cackling behind you.
Like, pouts rude.
I mean, if that's the worst Dick wants to do, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Famous last
Yes.
words. As the turn order pops up.
You can hear someone. You can hear some flapping behind you. Yes, it's initiative time. I'm not going to be using the actual map though.
Yes, we cast enlarge and beat the fuck out of it. Also, if we can I get people's health bars? Because I'm your resident medic.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's taken damage so far, and it's not worth healing.
I know, but it might be very soon.
Potentially. I mean, don't forget the hit dice rules we're playing with. So,
Ah.
we can basically healing surge ourselves if we need to.
Surprised there's not an automatic way to get your character sheet over to the health bars on your token.
You would think.
There might be a way. Let me see if this works.
Someone's doing science!
Now, are you using the variables?
Trying to. That did not appear to do anything, though.
You have an empty health bar.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I know I can set it up, but I have to set it up ahead of time, and then every time you go to a new map, I have to move the tokens to the other map. That's the pain in the ass.
Is that an API thing?
I know moving the tokens thing doesn't require an API.
Yeah. using variables did not work.
Well, fair. Get on that roll
It,
20.
it is
Get on it.
annoying that the when you drag a token, it only drags the token. It doesn't link that to your character, though.
Mm-hmm.
That would be handy. However, Valente, you can hear him flying behind you. What do you got? A light spell? What's that? 30 and 30?
I think Rusalka has the light spell, yeah.
What's the
Yes,
light radius on light 30 30?
20-foot radius, and yeah, additional 20.
Okay, he is not within the light radius.
Oh, fuck.
Who has dark vision? Anyone?
I do.
He is just at the edge of that.
Point me at him,
All
Valente.
right.
Point me at him.
I mean, I can't see him. I guess I'll just ready an action to hit him if he comes within 10 feet.
Noted. Rusalka?
Yeah. Guess see if she can head forward a bit and see him. Like maybe like half of her movement. Though if actually Valente said he couldn't see. How far is your dark
I
vision?
don't have
60
dark
foot?
vision.
Or sorry.
Adfear is the one who has dark vision.
Oh, right.
If you move up 15 feet, roll perception.
Come on, perception. Come on.
Yeah, you can see him just at the edge of your light. He's flying, he's about 5 feet off the ground.
Okay. So let's try a sacred flame at him.
Able to dodge out of the way.
Well, I tried, and therefore no one can judge me.
So you're 40 feet away. Alright, he's gonna flap up until he is 15 feet away from Rusalka. And breathe frost breath at you. It's only going to hit Rusalka, though. However, you can now all see him. Three damage.
Why did it have to be cold? So she's already like, her hair is already kind of crunchy with ice.
Now it's extra crispy. He backs up a little bit, but not much. He is still within the bright light radius.
I shall run up to him and try to poke him in the eye.
That'll poke him. He did not enjoy that.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby indeed. Valente.
I will also walk up and hit him.
That's a hit.
Of course, I roll the good damage on the
Stop
crit
rolling
damage, not the-
advantage! Stop taking the good roll.
He seems pretty hurt by all that.
Teamwork.
Misaka?
Okay. Let's see. Let's try again and hope for the best. She'll move back. Like. 5-10 feet. Alright. Like, yeah, take that. Just flips the bird.
He's going to cast a spell. Specifically, he's going to cast Fog Cloud.
Oh, motherfucker.
Centered on himself. So that's there. So everything in the area is heavily obscured. He then flies somewhere, but not far enough that you can't hear him.
That provoke opportunity attacks, or do we not get those? Because we can't see.
I can't. Yeah, you can't really see him when he's heavily obscured. There's too much fog.
Alright.
So can I use like perception to try to hear where he is?
Yes.
He must have gone straight down.
I'm
to the
gonna roll
ground.
stealth for this, so. You do not hear where he is.
I'm gonna just run at a direction about 15 feet and say he went that way and swing at something.
You find something made of ice, and you stab it. It does not cry out in pain, though.
Oh.
Valencia. That's his stealth roll for your turn.
I guess I'll try to find him. Nope. Well, I'll just prepare an attack again if he gets close.
Okay.
Let's also try to hear. Come on. Goddamn. This thing is also consistent. Well, guess I'll just prepare another Sacred Flame if I can see it.
Okay. It's gonna flap down and try and scratch Rusalka. But it does have disadvantage because it can't see you either.
Nope. Would I be able to see it once it was up close trying to swipe at me to Sacred Flame it?
Sure.
DC 13.
dodges out of the way, and backs off.
Like, yeah, your mother was an ice cube.
Nope.
I will again run in a random direction, 15 feet, and take a swipe.
Okay. Kalte?
Guess I'll roll my perception.
You can hear him. He's actually pretty close to right above you.
Alright, I will swing my halberd upwards.
That's a hit.
Oh, sweet.
And with a satisfying crunch, he lands on the ground, and the fog begins to dissipate.
Yeah, take that. Poke him with the, with the harpoon. Not even the good ice cubes. But now we still have to figure out where to go.
You do.
This fucking sucks.
Believe we should try the left cave.
Isn't this the left cave?
Didn't? Yeah, we're here.
What the fuck?
Then perhaps we should try the other left cave.
The not left cave.
Yeah, your other left. Got it.
Right.
I get
Other
it.
left, not right.
Who's on first?
What?
What's on second?
Scott Brocious, third base.
So how are you going to navigate these caves anyway?
So once we get back into the main cavern from that dead end we just tried, scratch a big X on the floor, and then, I don't know, pick one at random.
Is there any running water in here anywhere?
A little too cold for any water to be running.
Can we feel a draft or a breeze coming from any of the caves?
Well, perception.
Nice.
You do, in fact, feel... Oh my god.
Fucking amazing.
Everybody's
You
just
feel
gonna one up
breeze.
the others.
Consistently up.
And it's clearly going to the crevice you came in from. But with some careful sensitivity and a couple of marks to make sure you don't feel at the same cave twice, you're able to figure out where it's coming from. And with those rolls, you also can actually smell a fairly strong smell. Or it's very faint at this end, but given how long it's been, it must be very strong at the other end.
Can we tell what the smell is?
It's a mix of very bad odors.
Okay, which one are you?
Just looks at the Sokka inquisitively. What?
Just kind of like eyeing between the two of them.
But if you want to follow it to its source, it will become increasingly easy to do.
I mean, I don't think we have any other better options.
Yeah.
You can try and climb over the ice slide.
Fucking fuck.
That would require me getting through the crevice again. I say we continue on.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Onward, towards bad smells, where there's usually fun.
Usually. Alright, as you move deeper into the caves, thankfully the lighted harpoon keeps it from being too creepy. You don't run into any other dangerous critters for a while, but as the smell gets stronger, you start also hearing noises that you're pretty sure are voices. Let me just check the languages you guys know. The ones that can kind of sort of put together some of the words, but they're individual words, and they're just the only one you can clearly make out is the word food in giant.
Ah. If they're giants, they must be friendly, right? Giants are friendly.
I thought they were ninjas.
Giants are not friendly. Well, some of us are. Not the real giants.
So, should we consider looking back the other way?
Yeah, we didn't come here to fight giants.
And the skeletons we ran into earlier probably wouldn't have a chance in hell against giants.
Can I... If they're speaking giants, can I guess at what they are? Are we talking like actual giants here, or ogres?
Give me some kind of knowledge roll. Do you have any applicable knowledges?
No.
General intelligence roll?
Alright.
It's not. The thing is, between the accent and as you get a little closer to the sentence structure, it's not one of the smart kind. So it's definitely not a cloud giant or a storm giant or even a frost. Probably not a frost giant unless it's a really stupid one. It's more likely one of the dumber types, which can mean a hill giant or an ogre or an ettin.
Right.
Was it a voice or voices?
At this point, you can now tell it's one voice. Not quite sure who or what, if anyone, it's talking to.
I mean, if we really want to check it out more, I can try to sneak in there and get a better view or get closer, but...
Yeah, I think it's worth seeing if you see who or what it is.
Alright, I'd like to try to sneak closer.
Roll stealth. Okay. As you sneak a little closer, the first thing you hear before you make it around the last bend is other voices. Young, female, and you don't speak Dwarven, do you?
No.
Alright. But you get a little bit closer and you can see two small Dwarven girls in a cage, crying, and meandering about an ogre. They're coming in from over here. They're actually behind the cage. but it is one solitary ogre talking to itself.
I will go back and let the others know what I saw.
Okay.
Well, fuck.
Clearly, we need to do something.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'll try to distract it, get it to face away from the cave, and then you two can sneak in and attack it from behind.
I can also try to just pick the lock on the cage so we can DS if need.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we need to go through here, so I'm betting the ogre didn't come from this way, which means he's got an entrance on the other side, which is probably the way we want to go. Probably where the breeze is coming from.
Right, but either way, the dwarves are up, so we can get out and get going if needed.
Wait, if the breeze was coming... Like, if we smelled it getting closer to here, wouldn't that mean it was blowing outward our way?
It is blowing. The smell is blowing towards you, probably from the ogre's cave.
Yeah,
You
so...
can see a fairly large entrance. You saw a fairly large other tunnel on the other side from the crevice you snuck in through.
So if the air was going the other way, wouldn't it be... when we have not really smelled it?
It sounds like the air is coming from the outside into the ogre's cave and then towards us.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That means there is an outside on the other side.
Okay. Well, I can give us some bless.
Alright. How long does that last?
A minute.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess we can do that, and then I'll try to distract it for, like, only just, like, 2 rounds, so we don't waste too much of the bless. And like I said, you guys sneak in and attack it from behind while I'm trying to distract it.
I mean, I can also hold off on... casting it until we're about ready to attack it.
I guess we can do that too. So, we ready?
Yep.
I will start to come through the passage, not sneaking like Adfear was, and call out in Giantish as I do. Hello? Is someone there?
Ugh. Who there?
Ah! Cousin!
The ogre squints at you. A bit
Hello!
confused. Fairfee, no, you.
No, me traveler!
No. You. Not little. Who you?
Speaking of not little.
Yeah, incoming. Wah! Take that.
I guess step around the cage this way. To be in better sight of the ogre.
Okay. He sees you.
Me, like, as I said, me traveler, trying to reunite with giant brethren.
He looks again. Not ogre, though.
Aren't ogres a form of giant?
Ogres are technically giants.
Oh, he's saying I'm not an ogre, though.
Yeah.
No, that's why I call you cousin, not brother. Close enough.
While you in Virfi Cave.
Oh, me got lost. Rude frost imp tricked me. As I say this, I continue to walk around him. Try to get him to face away from the cage.
Roll deception. Yeah, he's paying attention to you. Ice imp bad.
Yes.
Therefore, smash many.
Yes.
Smash good.
Well, don't worry about that one. He's plenty smashed now. Look around at the cave, though. This is a nice cave you've got, though. Is the rent very high?
He reaches up and points to the ceiling. That high.
Ah, I see. I see.
When they're rolling for the lockpicking?
Thieves' tools? It is not a... Yeah, no, that's enough. It was not a good lock. I have to roll the girl stealth. One of them squeals in delight.
Facepalm.
See, this is why I said we should attack, not free the dwarves.
Yeah, bless. Is it beforehand? Could I have
Wait,
held a bless
hold
for
on.
that?
Before we jump into initiative too quickly, can I try to cover up the squeal with one of my own? Like, oh, what a beautiful stalactite! Assuming you want a deception roll.
Deception at disadvantage, sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, no.
Okay, bless. Go.
You do not sound like a little dwarven girl. And in case it wasn't clear, they're the local variety of dwarf. And it's initiative time.
Could I have held the bless since I was waiting until we start fighting?
Yeah, you can get that off.
Okay, good.
Okay. Adfear is up first.
Guess I'll just try to poke him.
Go for it. That's a stab. He is technically stabbed.
Wait, it is Val within 5 feet?
No.
Yeah, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, no sneak attack. Unfortunately, he's also not surprised.
Right.
Well, technically surprised. He's, surprised in the general sense. And he is going to step over here and try and club Verfi, or Valente, for tricking him. Dastardly.
So I
Bastard.
get a
You do get an attack of opportunity. Unfortunately, that does
Add your
not hit.
1d4? Yeah, there you go.
Still doesn't hit. Though admittedly not by much.
That will hit. And I'm down.
Thwack.
Crap.
Roll a. That's a success.
Alright. That's it for me, though.
Okay.
There's a reason I added them to the turn order.
Oh boy. Hopefully they run like hell.
Okay.
So,
Watch them attack us. They have a severe case of Stockholm
5,
Syndrome.
10, 15, 20, 25.
That gives me a great idea. I'm gonna have to do that to one of my other campaigns.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not allowing the ogres to benefit from Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay.
Just asking too much.
So, try to spirit harpoon. Well, fuck. But I will bonus action healing word. Lethe. Be healed. And then that'd be 8, because she's a life cleric.
Nice. You may also spend a hit die if you like.
I can do that as an extra, or Valanthe can.
Valente can. It's any healing effect for every die rolled. You can also spend a hit die
Aha!
for the heal ed one when getting the healing.
But unfortunately, I'm out of spells, because level 1 sucks.
Yeah. But if he wants, he can spend a hit die on top of taking the 8. Or you can just take the 8. So 10.
So, hold on, sorry, that was how much healing? 8, you said?
Yes.
Go ahead and spend a hit die, because we have 5 at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend a hit dice just to top myself off in case he hits that hard again. So I am maxed out now. At
Oop.
11 hit points.
The slightly taller, and you assume therefore older girl grabs the younger one. She clearly can tell they can get out of the cage, but isn't sure if it's safe to leave yet. So they haven't moved yet. Good fear.
So yeah, I'm gonna say it now. I don't think we want to be here.
No shit, Sherlock.
That hits. Fear is quite mad.
Also yell at the dwarves to get the frick out.
They might not speak common, but they definitely understand what you're saying. As Verfear responds to the vicious poking he just received.
Did you mean to roll a d2?
I did mean to roll a d2. I wasn't sure he was going to attack. He's going for Adfair. You rolled a 15.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh, I'm not
Six.
dead yet.
A clumsy swipe with his great club. He doesn't quite take you out. Vontae.
Trying to think. Are we just trying to kill this guy, or are we gonna just try to bail?
I mean, what are the... If we can bail, I think we're better off bailing, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get away.
Yeah.
Well, so my thought was to go for his eyes, try to blind him. Because I can get advantage for 1 round to counteract the disadvantage for that. And then if I hit that, maybe we could escape. Or we could just try to kill him. I'm not sure which way we want to go.
Well, it looks like he had done about a third of the damage to him.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I think we can take him.
It's going to be pretty close,
Yeah.
but I'm for it if y'all are.
Alright,
Give it a shot.
I just go for killing him then.
That hits. Good job.
Alright. That'll be it for me.
Soccer.
Okay. Sorry guys, but I need to step back if I'm gonna be better at this. So she's gonna disengage and come back around here so that next time she can do a Sacred Flame at it.
Okay.
I mean, you can Sacred Flame from melee if you want.
Yeah, but then if I go down, nobody can spare you guys if you die.
I mean, if you go down, I can lay on hands you.
Oh yeah, you're a paladin. Fuck.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Alright. Mulligan. And with a nimbleness to an ogre,
Yeah.
he totally doesn't dodge.
Bright light right in the face.
He did not enjoy the burning light.
Yeah, take that.
He is actually starting to look a little beat up. He is bloodied.
Double birds.
The older girl drags the younger girl out of the cage and then as far away from the ogre as she can get for the moment. Edfear. Tis a hit. It's net 12, right?
Yeah.
Still a good stabbing. His hamstring is quite bloody now.
I'll eventually get you. One poke at a time.
With a wild swing, he's going after Valente. 13!
Swing and a miss.
Conspiracy.
16.
Ah. Yeah, you're able to turn that one aside. Your response?
Swing at him myself.
He does not turn that aside. Another good chop.
Fuck off, ugly face.
He is very hurting, but still up. The girls get a little bit further. Head fear. That's a hit. And while not the best poking you've ever done, still enough to make the ogre collapse to the ground.
Okay, good enough poking. High five.
High five.
Low 5.
Low 5.
Low 10. Does this guy have anything on him?
Actually, you should. Oh, He has 55 silver pieces.
Damn, we could have paid off those dwarves. Risako will also wave over to the dwarf girls. It's alright. He's kaput.
They notice, although they're still hiding and don't seem to understand common.
Well, that fucking sucks. But as is tradition, poke it with the harpoon.
$2D48?
Random magic items. You find an ear horn of hearing, and I'm not giving you the Dark Shard amulet. 1 second. Right, you find a dread helm and an ear horn of hearing.
And we got an old person or a trumpet. Interesting.
Yeah, these are from Xanathar's, the minor magic items, common magic items. That's what he has.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the dread helmet, just your eyes glow red while you're wearing the helmet. It looks impressive.
That would be a lot of fun combined with stealth.
You are the knight. Rizako will just
It appears
amusingly,
that
like,
none of you speak Dwarven.
put the ear horn of hearing to her ear and just pretend to be a old person. Like, what's that, Sonny? But yeah.
Well, you have two young monolingual dwarves that you just rescued.
Well, that's gonna be fun. Risako will slowly
They seem to like
move
you.
over to them and kind of give a wave.
The younger of the two is scared of like everything at this point, but the older one is, despite being generically terrified, does seem to recognize you as a friend.
She'll point to herself, Rusalka, and then point at them and kind of give a tilt of the head.
Inside. She points to herself, says, Ovina. Points to the younger one, Delray. The younger one hides behind her.
Just kind of smile and give a nod to them, and then point back. Valanthe. Atfir. To each of them.
She smiles. And asks you a question in Dwarven.
Just kind of tilt her head in confusion, see if kind of make slight hand gestures saying, can you gesture any of that?
She points towards the cave entrance. Although that's obviously not all she wants to communicate. She points that way and then has a confused look on her face. She wants to say more.
The entrance where we came from, or?
No, the big entrance.
Ah! Actually, we haven't really had time to look that way, have we? What all is over there?
It's a big entryway, one that an ogre could fit through pretty comfortably. You walk down a little bit, you see through the first bend, and you can see fading daylight not too far away. So it looks like it's only 100 or a couple hundred feet to the outside from here.
Think for a moment. Just kind of look back. Guys, do we want to just kind of maybe hole up and stay here the night? Because it's probably gonna get really fucking cold.
Seems like a reasonable place.
Kind of smells in here.
Yeah.
We should, probably at least do something about this. Kick the, corpse.
Yeah, maybe. She'll turn back to the dwarves and seem like she's pondering how to say this.
Did they know how ogre tastes?
Awful.
So. Naya.
Then points towards the way out. The egress.
Rizaka will point back that way and then kind of make the shape of a crescent moon in the air. And then kind of hold her shoulders like shivering. And then kind of pauses a moment. Kind of gestures around to this area and gives like the pressed palms to her cheek sleep motion.
Roll charisma or persuasion if you have it. She seems to get what you're getting at. And nods. Then shivers. Because it's getting pretty cold in here, too.
Yeah. Probably not as cold as out there, though. So... how do we want to clean this up a bit? Are you guys really going to, like, yank the thing out? Can we maybe, like, stop up the, Oh, no. Stop up away with its corpse or something like that, but that's just gonna be gross. But what are you guys gonna do with
Well,
it?
actually, if we do shove it in there, then the breeze will carry the odor away.
That's true. And that also, I guess, keeps anything else that might be inside the other part, like that demon devil thing, out of there.
Yeah, help dissuade them.
Shoving the ogre in the back wall.
That's what you're doing?
Alright. Pretty sure I can carry it by myself.
I don't know about carry, but you can definitely push, pull, or drag.
I mean, I'm strong and I count as a large creature as far as carrying weight.
Well, while he's doing that, Risako will kind of try to mime pointing at the ogre, giving the thumb and forefinger, pinching the nose, waving the hand as if Stinky waving her arms in that direction a few times as if like the wind going that way. And then also kind of doing the two fingers up and over towards the other side of the cave, giving like a claw hand motion like monsters, and then kind of crossing her arms as if they can't come from that way.
The little one giggles at the stinky gesture. They seem lost by the later part of that. But they're not like trying to leave or anything, they're just sort of standing there watching you shove an ogre in a crevice.
Shoving the ogre in a crevice needs to be a euphemism.
The older one's expression can be best summed up by the phrase, okay.
Just do that kind of like scratching at her temple slightly, at which point like a piece of icicle breaks off and just falls.
But there's an ogre covering up most of the crevice. I assume you want enough to allow like actual airflow to carry the stink away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You block it up entirely, that wouldn't happen. But there he is.
Alright. Might gesture the group back into like either the corner back here or like behind the rock to stay out of the airflow to kind of make it a little bit less cold when they try to batten down.
Do you get a fire going?
Yeah, I figured like around one of those places where the wind wouldn't mess it up too much.
Okay. Once there's a fire going, the girls are willing to get a little closer. Because, they're cold too. The cage was wooden, so you can burn that for fuel. Also, great club.
Nice.
No, nothing attacks in the night. After you eat and all that.
Yeah, the moment, oh yeah, we got some wolf meat. Sweet!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, the moment it starts kind of warming up around, Rusalka gets far less, expletive-filled. Just kind of like chilling, and actually just starts dripping water instead of icicles. Oh, that's much better.
Well, you make it through the night successfully. Dawn comes. What do?
Alright, let's get out.
The older one is repeating the word Glovnaya. And, pointing.
Just kind of head that way a little bit, point at it, make Glovnaya.
She nods.
Can kind of give a thumbs up then.
She
Glovnaya.
seems eager to go now that they're awake.
Gives a thumbs up, and hopefully that's a dwarven thing too. Alright, let's get the hell out!
Alright, you get out. Once you're outside, the older one seems willing to lead the way. And seems to know where she's going.
Zach will smile at her and give a thumbs up again. Thank you.
Do you follow her?
She seems to know where the hell she's going way better than we do.
Might as well.
Okay. After only a couple hours of walking, she leads you to a small dwarven village. It actually seems to be a sort of temporary village, longhouses and other short-term structures. But they seem to know her and are very happy to see their daughters returned. One of them actually speaks common.
Oh, thank goodness.
He explains they were kidnapped a couple days ago, and nobody knew exactly by what.
Yeah, ogre.
Is it dead?
Uh-huh.
That is excellent news. Come, join us. We shall feast.
Oh, sure. Yeah, feast,
Yay
guys.
for food.
He announces something to the village. Everybody cheers, and suddenly everybody likes you.
But you're also not going to eat us, right?
Yes, please.
Of course not.
Just had to ask.
They're also willing to put you up for the day and the night, so you can get a long rest in. And a level.
Cool.
Yay, thank you.
Ooh.
Because that's what I have prepped for this week. You guys got through that pretty fast.
Yeah, stab everything. Except that goat. That goat was cool.
I wasn't sure if you're going to attack the random fisherman or not.
If I could have crossed the river, I was thinking of turning invisible, running right up to the leader, and grappling him in a hug.
Misaka's perfectly fine not attacking fellow fishermen. Even if they are kind of being asshats. Alright. Leveling up. I gotta turn on the music again. Yeesh. Also, just because she's curious, she would ask the common speaker what exactly Glovnaya means.
Home.
Ha! Good to know.
Except for being a little short, that seemed to go okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now I can watch Steven Universe, because holy shit, new episodes.
Like, wait, actually new episodes, or are you just catching up?
Actually, new episodes tonight. Like, I think it's a Steven bomb, I think. Maybe like 2 episodes.
Sweet. I might just wait till the end of the week if it's a bomb, though.
Oh, I don't know if it's a bomb. I think it's just today, like maybe a 2-parter.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I didn't realize they were still making this.
I'm excited.
It's not a bomb, but the bomb.
The bomb. Steven Universe is the bomb. Okay.
Archer also started back up again recently.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's only like 2 episodes in so far.
I think I
Excitement.
missed a couple seasons behind now.
Yeah.
It's
I
the whole
mean-
season that's like completely outside of the main continuity, though.
Yeah,
Such as-
so is this one.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if we're done for the night, I'm gonna turn off my screen. Thank you, Louie Boo! See you later.
Good night.
yep, let's see.